Hey, what's up? This is Todd Smith and I'm back with another video. In this video, I want to talk about the Behringer TD-3. I've had this device for a while now. I've used it in a bunch of tracks, finished products, little synth jams, and I really have to say Behringer has released the ultimate acid budget king with the TD-3. If you want that acid sound, if you want hardware, and you want it on a budget, the Behringer TD-3 is definitely the synthesizer for you. Just like all the classic synths, you have many roads to that sound. You have great software emulation. You have many hardware options. But when it comes to pretty much creating the cheapest hardware option on the market, Behringer absolutely nailed the sound and created an amazing product. The TD-3 itself is not built like a tank. It is very plastic and very light, but so was the original. And just like the original, if you happen to use this on a tour, bring it out and smash the hell out of it, it's not going to cost you a fortune to replace. You can go out, get rough, get dirty with it, and not really worry. And when I say the original, I'm talking about the original back in the day when it was cheap, not today when it's blown up. So they really brought back the classic vibe of that really cheap, accessible plastic TD-3 that you can bring anywhere into the modern electric music scene. Taking that into mind, the knobs are pretty solid, everything is pretty well built. I myself do not record with the internal processing of the TD-3. I send MIDI notes from my 707. But if you do decide to make your bass lines and your synth lines within the TD-3 itself, you get a workflow pretty close to the original. And I think the thing sounds absolutely great in a mix. I myself tend to use my TD-3 a little different than most acid heads. In the acid sound, the TD really just takes the forefront of the mix. You can just really hear the growl, the squeal, that classic acid sound. Me, I tend to tone it back a little bit in the mix it with other things, and kind of layer that acidy sound on top of other textures. But again, the TD-3 just layers so well in the mix. I really love the way it sounds. So whether you're creating that, traditional acid where that TD is just really just ballsy in the mix, or you're creating something a little bit more toned down like me, where you're kind of mixing it into some other sounds and creating some more texture. So again, thank you very much, Behringer, for releasing such a great acid option into the mix of the market. Again, I've used it in countless tracks already. I know it's going to be always finding its way into my mix at some point in some tracks. And it's really nice just to have that dedicated hardware piece that I just know I can dial in that acid sound anytime I want. And I would love to hear your stories of the TD-3, what it has done to your music. And stay positive, stay creative, support each other, and peace.